You made a mistake 3 days ago. Maybe you didn't handle a situation the right way. Or maybe you said something wrong to somebody. Or maybe it's something so small that if somebody else told you about it, you would tell them there's nothing, move on. But your brain won't let you move on. You replay it in the shower, at night, and while talking to somebody. If this sounds familiar, this video is for you because today we are going to talk about overthinking, why our brain does it, and most importantly, how to stop it. Without further ado, let's dive in. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So before going into this, I want to ask you something. Think of the last time you had to make a small decision, whether it was writing a message to someone or making a small decision at work. But somehow you spent way too much time thinking about it, going back and forth thinking about every single outcome. This is overthinking, and according to psychologists, overthinking is one of the biggest barriers between a happy and successful life. In this video today, we are going to talk about three things. First, why our brain overthinks in the first place. Second, what is making it worse without us even realizing it. And number three, two tools that actually works to stop it. Be with me till the end of this video because by the end of this video, the way you look at your thoughts will completely change. Let's start with the most important one first. Why your brain does it. Here's the thing. Most people don't realize it, but overthinking is not a personality flaw. It's not a sign that something's wrong with you. It is actually what your brain is meant to be doing. So thousands of years ago, we used to live in a dangerous world where there were real threats, animals, enemies, and scarcity of food. So our brain was trained to keep us safe. So it learned to constantly scan for danger. That was survival. But here's the problem. We live in 2026 where there are no real threats. All of those threats of animal attacking you are gone now. So our brain still has the same old programming. So it scans embarrassment, social judgment, all those things as threats. And it's trying to keep you safe. But in fact, in today's world, it's working against us. Psychologists call this rumination. It is when your brain is stuck in a loop, thinking the same thing over and over, thinking it through for a solution that never comes. Study says that people who ruminate a lot are more likely to express depression and anxiety later on. Here is what's interesting. Studies shows that people who overthink has a very active prefrontal cortex, which is the thinking part of brain. It means your brain is not broken. It is working overtime, but just in the wrong direction. So that's a good news. If we redirect it from the wrong direction to the right direction, we can use that energy for really powerful things. Now, let's talk about what is making overthinking worse. Most people are doing these things every single day without even realizing it. Number one, trying to think your way out of it. This is the biggest mistake. When we overthink, our natural response is to think more, to analyze it till we find a solution. But here's the thing, the more you think, the more you get stuck in the loop. So it is trying to get out of the quicksand by struggling. Number two, seeking constant reassurance. When we are anxious and overthinking, we want somebody to tell us that it is going to be okay. So we go to a friend or a family member and they tell us that it is going to be okay. It feels better for a while, but it doesn't solve anything. After a while, when the anxiety comes back, we want more reassurance, and this is a never-ending loop. Number three, avoiding the triggers. Whatever is causing you to overthink, most people, we just avoid it, we escape from it, or we distract ourselves. But avoidance doesn't help. Our brain says that if you are avoiding it, it may be a real threat, and it causes you to overthink even more. Tool number 1, scheduled worry time. This comes from cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the well-researched approaches in psychology. The idea sounds really simple, but it works. Here's how it works. You take a specific time of the day. Let's take 5 p.m. You give yourself 10 to 15 minutes for worrying. So whatever you want to think it through, whatever is bothering you, you give yourself full freedom to think about them. If you want to, you can write them down. You should go through them, but here's the thing. Throughout the day, whatever overthinking thought come to your mind or whatever bothered you, do not give your attention to them. You tell yourself that we will think about it at 5 p.m. You redirect your attention towards what you are doing. So this sounds really strange, but at first it feels really weird. But throughout the week, there are reports that says it helps 35% in reducing overthinking and increasing productivity. Tool number 2, the observer technique. So this technique comes from a branch of psychology called the acceptance and commitment therapy. So in this, you change your relationship with your thoughts. Here is how it works. So when an overthinking thought comes to your mind, instead of getting pulled into it, you observe it from another perspective. So you say, I notice I'm having thoughts, and then you name it. For example, instead of saying I'm going to fail, you say, I notice I'm having thoughts that I'm going to fail. This simple shift in language gives you the power to not being controlled by your thoughts, but observing it and having the power over your thoughts. And when you can observe a thought instead of being controlled by it, it loses its power over you. These two techniques, the scheduled worry time and the observer techniques, are genuinely life-changing. But when it is practiced constantly, not once but constantly. I want to close this with something very important. Usually we treat overthinking as our enemy, as something that we are defeated by, or as something that has the power over us. But that's not the case. You overthink because your mind cares about you. Your mind wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you away from worries, from danger. It's just part of our brain that's not trained enough for the real world, for the modern world. So if you practice these techniques constantly, you will have a different relationship with your thoughts. You'll have the control over your thoughts instead of being driven by them. So your thoughts are not your enemies. They are just there to help you be safe. Psychology tells us that whenever you redirect your thought or you observe your thought, you are actually rewiring your brain. You're getting more control over your brain. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you work on it, the more you improve. You are literally rewiring your brain. You're making a new pathway towards your clearer and calmer self. It takes time, it takes patience, but it is possible. And the fact that you are watching this video is your steps towards your better self, and that you are on the right path. To summarize what we covered today, number 1, overthinking is your survival mechanism. It's not a flaw, it's just outdated. Number 2, the things like seems helping, like overanalyzing, seeking reassurance, and avoiding, is actually making it worse. Number 3, scheduled worry time and observer technique are 2 psychology-backed tools that you can start using today. Thank you all for being with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget the like button and subscribe to my channel. If this video brought some value, share it with someone who needs it. See you guys in my next video. Take care.